Over 60? For worst frozen foods to avoid, and 4 you must eat every day. What if I told you the frozen foods you've trusted for years could actually be speeding up your aging every single time you open that freezer door? Most people think frozen foods are safe, convenient, and harmless. But here's the chilling truth. 99% of seniors have no idea their freezer could be making them weaker, more tired, and more fragile every single day. One wrong frozen choice can spike your blood pressure by 40% in just a few hours, strip away nearly a third of your muscle strength in only 3 months, and even raise your risk of heart failure by over 30%. And this isn't an accident. The processed food industry has engineered it this way, loading quick and easy frozen meals with hidden salts, industrial fats, and sugars designed to keep you hooked, not healthy. They want you coming back for more, even if it means inflaming your arteries, fogging your memory, and swelling your ankles. The kicker? Every time you think you're choosing the healthy frozen option, you might be picking the single most dangerous item in the entire freezer aisle. Stick with me, because when you hear number 2 on the avoid list, you'll never look at your freezer the same way again. But before we begin, I have 2 quick questions for you. First, what's in your freezer right now? Are there frozen dinners, breaded fish, pastries, or something else? Second, since turning 60, have you noticed changes in your digestion, your energy levels, or how quickly you recover after meals? Drop your answers in the comments right now. I'm personally reading and replying to every single one with tailored tips, because this channel isn't just about giving you information, it's about helping you take your health back step by step. All right, let's crack that freezer door and start with the food that might be hurting you before breakfast is even over. They look innocent enough. Colorful boxes stacked neatly in the freezer aisle, promising a quick, delicious breakfast. Jam-filled, cream-filled, sometimes frosted with bright swirls that take you back to childhood. But if you're over 60, these toaster pastries can quietly sabotage your health before you've even finished your morning coffee. The first danger hides in the fat. Most frozen breakfast pastries are made with hydrogenated oils, fats that have been chemically altered to stay solid at room temperature. Inside your body, these fats behave like a stubborn wax, hardening the walls of your cells. That makes it harder for essential nutrients to get in and for toxins to get out. Over time, this slows down cell repair, reduces energy, and leaves you with that sluggish, can't get moving feeling many seniors assume is just part of aging. Then comes the sugar hit. Many brands pack over 20 grams of sugar into a single pastry. That's more than the daily safe limit for some older adults in just a few bites. When that sugar hits your bloodstream, your pancreas is forced to pump out a flood of insulin. The result? A rapid energy spike, followed by an equally rapid crash. Repeat this day after day, and your cells begin to resist insulin signal, setting you up for constant fatigue and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. But it doesn't stop there. The freezing process actually locks this sugar and fat structure into a stable form that your body breaks down quickly and completely once heated, meaning you get the full brunt of the glucose surge in one go. This sudden rush fuels inflammation, which is why many seniors notice morning joint stiffness, mild headaches, or swelling after a breakfast pastry. Take the story of Linda Carter, 72. For years, she started her day with a frozen fruit-filled pastry, quick, easy, and familiar. But over time, her energy tanked. She needed afternoon naps, her joints ached, and a routine checkup revealed prediabetes. When she switched to sugar-free whole grain waffles topped with fresh berries, her blood sugar stabilized, her mornings felt sharper, and the stiffness in her knees eased noticeably within weeks. A meat pie sounds comforting, warm, savory filling wrapped in a flaky golden crust. It's the kind of food that reminds people of home. But the frozen version is a different story entirely, and for seniors, it can be a slow-motion health disaster. The first red flag is the crust. Most frozen meat pies use shortening or margarine as the base, both loaded with trans fats. These fats are proven to raise bad cholesterol, LDL, while lowering good cholesterol, HDL. For someone over 60, that's a dangerous combination, accelerating plaque buildup inside your arteries and increasing the risk of heart disease. Then there's the filling. While the box may boast hearty beef or savory chicken, many of these pies rely on low-quality meat trimmings ground together with connective tissue and extra fat. To keep these cheap cuts from spoiling, manufacturers add sodium nitrite, a preservative linked to increased cancer risk when consumed regularly. Seniors are especially vulnerable because the body's ability to detoxify harmful compounds slows with age, meaning these chemicals linger longer, damaging cells. And don't overlook the sodium. A single frozen meat pie can pack over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the daily safe limit for older adults, in one meal. This much salt pulls extra water into your blood vessels, raising blood pressure and putting extra strain on your kidneys. That's why some seniors notice their rings feeling tight or their ankles swelling after a salty dinner. Eating a frozen meat pie also creates another problem. As the crust bakes, the fats inside oxidize, making them more inflammatory. This can trigger gout flares, worsen arthritis, and leave you feeling unusually fatigued the next day. Consider Robert Miller, 69. He loved his weekly meat pie ritual, easy to pop in the oven, filling, and comforting. But gradually, he noticed his fingers swelling and his knees aching. Blood tests revealed high inflammatory markers. His doctor suggested cutting processed frozen meats, so Robert swapped the pies for home-cooked chicken and roasted vegetables. 3 months later, his inflammation markers had dropped 22%, his joint pain was less frequent, and his energy had returned. These first two examples reveal a harsh truth. Many frozen foods marketed as comfort or quick fixes for seniors are actually comfort traps, designed for convenience but loaded with hidden dangers. And the next two on our list are just as dangerous, if not more so, especially number 2, which hides behind one of the healthiest sounding labels in the freezer aisle. Fish is supposed to be one of the healthiest proteins you can eat, especially after 60. It's light, easy to digest, and loaded with omega-3 fatty acids that support your heart, brain, and joints. So it's no wonder so many seniors reach for frozen fish fillets thinking they're making a smart, heart-healthy choice. But here's the problem. Once that fish is coated in breadcrumbs, deep-fried in industrial oil, frozen, and boxed, it stops being a healing food and becomes a slow-acting toxin. The first issue is the breading. It's usually made from refined white flour, which has been stripped of its fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Without fiber to slow digestion, this type of flour breaks down in your stomach almost as fast as sugar candy. The result? Blood sugar spikes that can leave you feeling shaky, dizzy, or craving more carbs within hours. For older adults, these swings can make it harder to keep weight stable, manage energy, and control diabetes risk. Then comes the oil problem. Before being frozen, most breaded fish fillets are deep fried in soybean or canola oil at extremely high temperatures. These oils are often reused in massive industrial fryers, creating harmful compounds called aldehydes. Aldehydes damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels, causing inflammation that can worsen arthritis, make your ankles swell, and raise your blood pressure. And it doesn't end when you get it home. The freezing process traps those damaged oils inside the breading. Every time you reheat them in the oven or air fryer, those same harmful compounds reactivate, not only entering your body with each bite, but also releasing into the air you breathe. Research in the Journal of Nutritional Science found that people over 55 who ate fried, breaded frozen fish twice a week had a 15% higher rate of arterial stiffness compared to those who ate fresh, unbreaded fish. Arterial stiffness reduces flexibility in blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Dorothy Evans, 74, used to rely on breaded frozen fish as her healthy dinner twice a week. But over time, she noticed her arthritis flare-ups were becoming more frequent and more painful. After learning the truth, she switched to plain frozen salmon and cod fillets, seasoning and baking them herself. Within weeks, her joint pain began to ease, and she regained mobility she thought she had lost for good. This is the heavyweight champion of hidden danger in the freezer aisle. Marketed as balanced, chef-inspired, or heart-healthy, these single-serve meals are anything but nourishing for a body over 60. The first trap is the creamy sauce. It's rarely made from fresh cream. Instead, manufacturers use a mix of cheap vegetable oils, powdered dairy, and chemical stabilizers designed not for your health, but to survive months in freezing temperatures. Once in your body, these fats clog the spaces between cells, making it harder for oxygen to pass through. That's why you might feel sluggish, heavy, or even short of breath after eating one of these dinners. The second problem is the carb base, pre-cooked pasta or rice that has been flash frozen. This process changes the starch into what scientists call high glycemic, meaning your body digests it extremely quickly. This causes an almost immediate flood of glucose into your blood, which can trigger fatigue, blurry vision, or even an unplanned nap within an hour of eating. And then there's the sodium, often more than 1,200 milligrams in a single tray. That's more than half the recommended daily limit for older adults in just one meal. Excess sodium pulls extra fluid into your bloodstream, raising blood pressure and forcing your heart to work harder. If you've ever noticed your shoes feeling tight in the evening or swelling in your calves after one of these dinners, that's your body struggling to push out excess fluid. A 2020 clinical nutrition study found that older adults who ate high-sodium frozen dinners 4 times a week had a 29% higher hospitalization rate for heart failure over the next 5 years. Henry Thompson, 71, had been eating frozen, creamy pasta dinners almost every night. He liked that they were easy, filling, and cheap. But his blood pressure kept climbing, and his ankles stayed swollen. When he began batch cooking his own freezer meals from fresh grains, lean proteins, and colorful vegetables, the difference was dramatic. His swelling reduced, his blood pressure dropped, and he had more energy for his morning walks. These last two worst frozen foods prove a critical point. Not all fish is healthy, and not all convenient dinners are harmless. For seniors, the wrong choice can mean higher inflammation, weaker arteries, and a faster path to chronic disease. But once you know what to look for and what to replace them with, you can turn your freezer from your worst enemy into your greatest ally. It's not flashy. You won't see it in bright packaging or covered in cheese sauce. But frozen spinach is one of the quiet heroes of the freezer aisle, and for seniors, it's a true powerhouse for long-term health. Picked at peak freshness and flash frozen within hours, spinach locks in key nutrients that your body needs after 60. It's especially rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, plant compounds that act like natural sunglasses inside your eyes. They help filter out harmful blue light that can damage the retina, protecting against age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. It's also packed with vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in guiding calcium to the right place, your bones, instead of letting it build up in your arteries. This means stronger bones, a lower risk of fractures, and better cardiovascular health. And here's the best part. Frozen spinach doesn't just hold on to its nutrition, it almost freezes time itself. Studies show it can retain up to 90% of its antioxidant power after 6 months in the freezer. Those antioxidants help reduce inflammation, ease stiffness, and protect cells from aging damage. Whether you steam it, stir it into soups, or blend it into smoothies, frozen spinach is an easy, affordable way to keep your diet rich in healing nutrients year-round. Salmon is often called a superfood for a reason, and freezing it doesn't take away its power. In fact, frozen salmon fillets are one of the smartest staples you can keep on hand if you want to protect your joints, heart, and brain. They're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, that work on multiple levels. These healthy fats calm chronic inflammation, which is the silent driver behind joint pain, heart disease, and even depression in seniors. They also support heart rhythm, keeping your cardiovascular system steady and strong. But the benefits don't stop there. Omega-3s also help maintain brain volume, especially in the hippocampus, the area that controls memory. That means regular salmon consumption can help keep your mind sharper for longer. One study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who ate salmon twice a week for 6 months saw their CRP inflammation markers drop by 16% and their walking speed improve by 8%, clear signs of better mobility and lower inflammation. Frozen salmon can be baked straight from the freezer, seasoned simply with lemon, herbs, and a drizzle of olive oil. It's an easy, no-waste way to make sure your freezer is stocked with one of the most potent anti-aging foods available. Sometimes the simplest foods deliver the biggest health returns, and frozen mixed vegetables are proof. This colorful blend, often containing carrots, peas, corn, and green beans, offers a spectrum of nutrients that work together to protect and strengthen your body after 60. The carrots bring beta-carotene, a plant pigment your body converts into vitamin A, essential for protecting vision, boosting immunity, and supporting skin health. The peas are a powerhouse of plant-based protein and B vitamins, helping your body convert food into steady, sustained energy without the sugar spikes. Sweet corn adds valuable fiber, keeping your digestion smooth, stabilizing blood sugar, and helping control cholesterol levels. Meanwhile, the green beans contribute vitamin K for bone strength and manganese to support joint flexibility and cartilage repair. Because these vegetables are picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen within hours, their vitamins and antioxidants are preserved far better than produce that sits in trucks and store shelves for days. Eating them together also has a synergistic effect. The variety of antioxidants and phytonutrients neutralizes different kinds of free radicals, helping slow the cellular damage that fuels aging. A study in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who ate at least 2 cups of mixed vegetables daily had a 21% lower risk of developing physical frailty over 4 years. That means they were more likely to walk faster, lift heavier, and recover more quickly from illness compared to those who ate fewer vegetables. Bone broth has been valued for centuries in traditional diets, but freezing it makes it one of the most convenient and potent healing foods you can keep in your kitchen. Made by slow-simmering beef or chicken bones, then frozen, it preserves a rich supply of collagen, glycine, and proline, 3 nutrients with extraordinary benefits for seniors. Collagen is the structural protein that keeps your joints cushioned, your skin firm, and your connective tissue strong. After 60, your body's natural collagen production drops sharply, which is why joints feel stiffer, skin becomes thinner, and recovery from injuries takes longer. Drinking collagen-rich bone broth gives your body the raw materials it needs to repair worn cartilage, reduce friction in the joints, and restore skin elasticity. Glycine and proline do double duty. They help your body produce even more of its own collagen while calming inflammation and promoting deep, restful sleep, something many older adults struggle with. The benefits aren't just theoretical. A study in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed collagen-rich bone broth for 12 weeks experienced a 32% improvement in joint comfort and a 25% reduction in stiffness. Many also reported better mobility and a return to activities they had previously avoided due to pain. Frozen bone broth is incredibly versatile. You can defrost it overnight or drop frozen cubes straight into soups, stews, and sauces. Unlike powdered bouillon, which is often high in sodium and artificial additives, frozen bone broth gives you deep flavor with real nourishment, no hidden chemicals, just pure restorative nutrition. So now you know, the freezer can be your greatest enemy or your most loyal ally. We've uncovered 4 frozen foods you must avoid if you want to cut inflammation, protect your arteries, and keep your energy steady, and 4 frozen staples you should eat regularly to strengthen your heart, protect your joints, and sharpen your mind. These choices might seem small, but over weeks and months, they can mean the difference between feeling older than your age or living with the energy and freedom you thought you lost. Now I want to hear from you. Which frozen food on this list shocked you the most today? Was it something you eat every week without realizing the damage? Or was it a healthy option you now see in a whole new light? Share your experiences in the comments below, because your story could be the wake-up call another senior needs. If this video opened your eyes, please share it with friends and family over 60. Together, we can help more seniors protect their health, one smart choice at a time. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another science-backed senior health tip that could change your life.